Yo, Twitch. We need to have a fucking talk. For those of you who don't know, TwitchCon happened just this past weekend, and I wish I could say everything went off without a hitch. There were no issues. Everything went according to plan. I wish I could say that. None of that happened. No. Everything went to shitter well before TwitchCon even happened. For starters, a lot of creators expressed concern about security, their safety, and pulled out of TwitchCon. People like Pokey, QT, Cinderella, a lot of people. Hassan even said, like, hey, last year we didn't have a whole lot of security. We're not going to intend this year. Twitch didn't take that with a grain of salt. They just went, hey, at least as long as some creators show up, we're fine. Fast forward to day one of TwitchCon. And Emru, a very popular streamer on Twitch, was doing a meet and greet because she was contractually obligated to. She could have been sued if she didn't. She was forced to do a meet and greet that she didn't want to do and was sexually assaulted. SA'd. She was assaulted at TwitchCon by some person who I'm not even gonna... We don't even know the name of the fucker. We don't even know the fucker's name. We don't. And what ended up happening was security were late on the call, and Twitch security didn't do shit. It was this one guy, he was a little late to it. He should have been instant reaction. He's trying to get on her, instant reaction, take the guy out. But instead, didn't do that. He got extremely close to her, and it looked like he was about to do something before he acted. A lot of shit happened that makes Twitch look bad here. One, there was no regulations. This guy just got in front of the line, cut the entire line by going through someone else's line and getting to Emru that way. That's strike one. Strike two was the fact that Twitch security didn't do shit. That was strike two. Strike three was they banned Emru's preferred bodyguard from the event. Her own personal security, because a couple of years prior, or a year prior, she had a problem with a stalker. The stalker showed up at TwitchCon, and her security guard then grabbed him and escorted him out. Apparently, Twitch didn't like that and banned him. That put Emru at high risk of danger there. TwitchCon. Twitch. So, here's all the other shit that happened that pisses everybody off, including myself. Another thing that took place was that not only did this idiot just wind up walking away, he was still attending the event like nothing happened. Mind you, this was day one of TwitchCon. Day one. The dude just continued minding his own business and like nothing happened. Well, Emru is probably terrified. And then her manager is pissed off because of what Twitch's reaction originally was. Twitch's initial reaction was they were going to ban the guy from the platform for 30 days. Let that sink in. You are SA'd in front of everyone. There's video footage of you being SA'd. And the person that SA'd you is practically given a slap on the wrist going, hey, that was very naughty of you. How would you feel? You'd be pissed off, right? You'd be fucking infuriated. You'd want to start strangling people. Her manager was probably thinking the same thing. Is like, if this isn't rectified properly, I'm going to strangle someone. She didn't say that, but part of me hopes she did, because at this point we wouldn't have faulted her. Twitch then, an hour later, went, okay, he's suspended indefinitely from the site and he is banned from attending TwitchCon again. Which again doesn't really fix the situation. Because sure, you banned him from the building, but what's stopping him from going near Emru again outside of the building? Or like in the hotel? What's stopping that? And to top things off, Twitch security, those idiots, were joking about the situation. They were making jokes about it and laughing about it. Why are you laughing about this? Why? That is absolutely inappropriate. Emru is trying to press charges against the guy that, SA'd her, which she is absolutely in her right to do. She is absolutely in her right to press charges. But Twitch also should be at least sued for their negligence in allowing this to happen. Because they allowed this. And you want to know what happened after this incident? Key Twitch representatives went out partying after the event. One of your most popular streamers was assaulted at your event. And you're partying? What are you partying? There was no success here. Your event was not a success. There was no success that was had here. I'll deal with that later. There was no success here. Why the fuck are you partying? Like nothing happened. Like there isn't video footage. I guarantee you this. Had there not been video footage of her getting SA'd, Twitch would have done nothing. They would have just tried to sweep it under the rug. And we won't know anything about it until Emru said something. Or key witnesses that saw it happen. Thank God video footage exists that can help Emru in her court case. Because what happened to her was SA. It was absolutely SA. Dude tried to force himself on her and she was trying to back away the whole time. That was SA. Hands down. Not only did Twitch representatives go and party after, Dan Clancy, CEO of Twitch, then who we thought was cool with Emeru, then blamed Emeru for the situation. I don't think you heard me. He blamed Emeru, the victim, for being assaulted. What the fuck? What goes through your mind to think that this was her fault? This was absolutely your fault. This was your fault, not hers. Yours. Yours. You allowed it to happen. And you were going to sweep it under the rug. The only reason you didn't is because there's video footage of it happening. That's the only reason you couldn't sweep it under the rug, because video footage existed. And even then, you were trying to give the guy a slap on the wrist like nothing happened. And now you wonder why so many popular streamers decided not to show up to TwitchCon this year. And you want to know the fucking crazy part? They forced her to continue the fucking meet and greet if she wanted to keep her show at the event. They forced her to continue the meet and greet after she was assaulted. Yeah, safe to say Emeru's not showing up to TwitchCon ever again. Any other incidents? Oh yeah, Kick streamers for some reason were allowed at the event, despite them being the reason last year was a fucking disaster. You know, like Neon was there, Jack Doherty was there. Jack Doherty had probably the fucking most miserable time. He got shut down by Peach Jars. Peach Jars fucking roasted his ass badly, to the point where I don't think Jack recovered for the whole event. And then the girls he was at the event with fucking ditched him for Neon's party, so he traveled home alone. Neon also didn't look too great at TwitchCon. Neon tried to objectify a woman. And he's honestly, it could be objectifying. He went up to her and called her, like, said she was really pretty and called her attractive, and then she went, oh yeah, that's why I want to be objectified. Yeah. Honestly, if that's objectifying, he gave her a compliment, and I think that she knows who Neon was and just wanted to get the fuck away from him. Because she does not want to be the girl that he said that to, just probably wanted to get away from him because she knows about him. She probably just wanted to get away, and I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Neon's an idiot. He's a piece of shit. And then what else happened? Oh yeah, fucking Amaranth and her husband showed up. Amaranth was dressed as Hassan because Hassan had the fucking, and her husband was dressed as Hassan's dog. If you guys don't know, Hassan got exposed for allegedly shot collaring his dog. I keep saying allegedly because there's some people that say, oh, no, it was a shot collar, and other people saying, oh, no, the prongs were off. Shot collar's a shot collar. It was on the dog. Prongs on or off. Doesn't matter. If it was a shot collar, it was a shot collar at one point. Anyway, she came dressed as fucking Hassan, and her husband came dressed as his dog, and tried to bring awareness to animal abuse, which I don't think she's in any kind of right to entail, since she has how many millions of dollars and still hasn't built that fucking animal sanctuary that she promised to build. She still hasn't done it yet. And instead, she decides she wants to do fake fights online for attention with her husband. Yeah. This year's TwitchCon was just as bad as last year's. And when next year's TwitchCon rolls around, I expect just about no streamers to attend. At least none from Twitch. At least none worth a damn. I don't expect anyone worth a damn to attend TwitchCon next year. People that are probably going to attend is like who? Neon and Jack Doherty, and it's just going to be them at the event. It's just going to be those two. And everyone's going to leave because they don't want to be anywhere near those stank-ass pricks. Yeah, TwitchCon was a fucking mess this year. It was a mess last year too, but it was even worse this year. Meaning next year, hopefully every streamer just doesn't show up to the point where now Twitch has to address this. So, long story short, Twitch does not have good security. Their CEO likes to blame victims, and yeah, it's all around fucking mess. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. See ya.